Hello and welcome back to Work on a Superyacht, where we have finally been granted access to the captain's cabin. The first thing to note is its location up here, on the bridge. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on, but for now, let's get inside.
Work on a superyacht, move up through the ranks and maximize your potential.
And here we are inside the cabin. As you can see, it's nice and light, nice and airy. 3 big windows here and plenty of headroom, much more than you'd have seen in the tour of my own cabin. Time is limited, so I reckon we should go and take a look around. Here's the door where we just came in. First things first, you've got your light switch, controls for the aircon, and on the opposite side, these nice big double mirrored doors for the wardrobe. Here are those 3 nice big windows I was talking about, and just a note for all of the deckhands out there. You might think that the most important windows to keep clean on the yacht are the owners, but some might argue that the captain's windows take priority. Allow me to set the scene. Captain gets up in the morning, comes to their desk, takes a seat and looks out of the window. Now, if they see crystal clear glass before them, they'll be happy. All is well in the world. The windows are clean. That surely means that everything else is clean. But if they look out the window and think, those windows are absolutely filthy, what else have those deckhands not been doing properly? And before you know it, the captain will be walking around the yacht, looking over your shoulder. The chief officer doesn't want that, the second officer doesn't want that, the bosun doesn't want that, and you don't want that. So, top tip, do not forget the captain's windows. While we're here, as you can see, the captain's cabin includes a nice big desk. It is also an office. We've got lots of storage space in the drawers either side of me, nice big monitor, as I said before, those 3 nice big windows to look out of, and the captain's binoculars. Top tip here, never use, certainly never adjust the captain's binoculars. Why? Because the captain will have set them up just the way that they like them. They might be kept here in the cabin, they might be out on the bridge. Depends whether or not the yacht's at sea. Either way, the captain wants to be able to pick up their binoculars at any time, look out, and see a nice crisp image. If you've been on lookout and you've been fiddling around with these things, they pick them up, look out, and see a fuzzy mess, they're not going to be very happy. Okay then, what's next? Ah yes, the bed, and look, it's a double, it's not mine, it's the captain's. This is mine, just a single, but maybe if I water it, it'll grow. Nope, that's just very wet. Just look how doubly it is. So doubly. Like a double. Double. And it's just for one person. This is what I said before about a double cabin to yourself, the holy grail of crew cabins. Sometimes it's only the captain that has this, but sometimes the chief officer, the chief engineer, maybe even the second officer and second engineer will have their own big bed to themselves. Under the bed we've got 2 nice big drawers. Above the bed we've got a nice reading light. And from the bed you can watch TV. You'll notice the second little screen up there, that's hooked up to the monitoring and alarm system, just allows the captain to be able to easily see what's going on board the yacht. And next to the TV we've got the captain's laundry bag, which is labelled number 1, just. Captain is always number 1, it allows the stewards and stewardesses to know who to give the laundry back to. And while I'm here, notice that some of the materials in this cabin, they're a step above what you'll find in the rest of the crew areas. Obviously not upscale like the owners, but just something to mark it out as the captain's cabin. Let's now walk down past the doubly bed, little double, into the shower room. Here's the door where we've just walked in. towel on a hook behind. Pretty standard stuff. And when it comes to lighting in here, we've got two options, because we can just turn off that top light. Got a bit of mood lighting. Maybe if you want a little bit of atmosphere while you're taking a shower. But for now, we'll go with both. The double bed. Still there. Maybe one day. Sink. Everybody needs one of those, with cupboard under. Toilet paper in there. And a toilet with little flushy buttons. And you'll notice that this glass is crystal clear, because the chief stewardess used my glass polish, which I did a video on here, to polish it up. I must say it looks absolutely fantastic. Just be sure not to use it on plexiglass, because if you do, it'll ruin it. So, glass only. Speaking of showers, I must say that this one is a pretty good size. And you get that cracking view. I wonder if the captain ever brings his binoculars in here. So that's the captain's cabin on this yacht, and by super yachting standards, it really is very modest. On bigger super yachts, you'll have a bigger captain's cabin, and oftentimes the office will be separate from the main cabin itself, which is nice because it puts a physical barrier between work and rest. But there is one thing that is common to all captain's cabins, at least on motor yachts of this size and above, and that is the location of the captain's cabin. You'll have noticed that throughout this video, whether I've been sitting at the desk, lying in the double bed, or standing in the shower, I have always been just a moment away from the bridge. This is important because even if the captain is in their cabin, they are still overall responsible for the yacht, her guests and her crew. I may well be the officer of the watch driving the ship, and I am primarily responsible for safety of navigation and adhering to the colrex. But I am still only the master's representative on the bridge. And if you read any bridge standing orders that are, of course, written by the master, you will find that the officer of the watch is supposed to contact the captain for anything that they are unsure about or concerned about. Furthermore, if you grab yourself a copy of the Bridge Procedures Guide, you'll find some emergency checklists at the back, and Call the Master tops just about every single one of those emergency checklists. So it's important that the master or captain is close at hand. Now on this yacht, they're just through that door. I could probably shout and raise them. Other yachts, you'll have to go out of the bridge, maybe through a radio room, and then the captain's cabin will be there. Either way, they are close by, because if there is an emergency or a dangerous situation, those additional seconds and minutes are vital. Make no mistake, the captain's cabin is a step above every other crew cabin on the yacht, but of course it comes at a cost, and that cost is the overall responsibility for the vessel, the guests and her crew, and to be available at all times in any situation. Thank you so much to the captain for letting me do a tour of your cabin. I've told him that I'll take him out for pizza with the ad revenue from this one, so please do watch those ads. Every little helps. If you want to see a tour of my cabin, I'll link it here. And with respect to this video, if you found some value in it, a like would be fantastic. A sub would be amazing. I want to wish you all a very happy new year, and I very much look forward to seeing you next time.